Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Florida's offense will have the football first. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is...
It's a running room. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Dances away to buy time. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. And the Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. 3rd down play from the gun. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
On 4th down, going to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. So TCU's offense has the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with a clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's small. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. The Horned Frogs will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball in.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
And it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Catch in the middle. It's Odom. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit, yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in 3rd down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
Trying to get it to the marker. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
Fires to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Forced out of the pocket. That's caught. It's ball. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Finds his man. It's Wilson. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with a 15-yard pickup.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He tries to take the top off, and they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They just keep firing. Snagged in the middle. It's Wilson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Finds his big tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 30 short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
Around the end, it's Ball. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need 1 more yard. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Power ahead. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play.
Tried to turn the corner on the read option, and he could not do it, and they got him for the safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. to throw. It's Lagway. Gets it out quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Got a man. It's Small. Bringing it back. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And the Horned Frogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Try to march their way in. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Here he goes. Touchdown, Florida! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you've got to have it. Execution has got to be great in these two-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Little touch pass to the receiver. There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Under fire. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league,
it's a seam wide open. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. This crowd, unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Finds his tight end. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
and that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. He shanked it. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They march to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Right on the money. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that throw.
They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. He's loose. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. From the red zone, looking for a man. Grabbed in the middle, it's ball. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Looking to fire. He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown, Gator! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Makes the grab on the left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time, and the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare, Steve.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it in the middle, it's small. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down. The Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Gonna run it. It's ball. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Back to pass, it's Lagway. Finds his back in the middle. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. We've reached a break. It's Florida with the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Running to Green, and he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. The Gators come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll come through on 3rd down. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Complete downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock, but...
Touchdown, Florida! Grab the a short pass to put the 6 on the board. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here, he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. On the run, it's Payne. Runs through a tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to...
Turning on the Jets. Wide open spaces. Inside. Touchdown, TCU. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run in.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 after the 35. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The throw to the outside is complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gators line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
To the air, it's Glagway. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Makes the grab on the shot. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. A designed run for the quarterback. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the 3rd down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football game. Really nice execution by this defense.
The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got him pinned back in a world of... And listen to this crowd. Through. They'll try the run. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Caught near the sticks, it's Black. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Off the play fake. Bring in the heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the catch. It's small. And boy, is he close to that 1st down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win.